Hey guys, some Gamer Dude here. So there are some controversies currently around Speed Duels I had some opinions on. Me, I think shit's just fine. But I do want to talk about two videos in particular. Be warned, the juicy part is the second video I talk about. Let's start with DZ. Because I like DZ, he's a good guy. He brings up the fact that Speed Duels is broken out the gate. Playtesters, including himself I believe, said that yeah, Kaiba and Mai, especially Kaiba, are broken in sealed and constructed formats. The rest aren't close, especially Joey. Kaiba is a pure beatdown deck. This is, however, normal for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm old enough to remember 2002 when Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally launched, and Summon Skull was the big shit. 1 tribute, 2500, efficient and strong. The whole meta was beatdown. Summon Skull was the big shit for a very long time, till cards of comparative power and speed with effects came to be. Even Duel Links was beatdown for a very long time. It's just where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at its beginnings. Kaiba fits into Summon Skull's place very well. Blue Eyes is efficient and strong due to Dragon Caller, the smaller deck size, and a lack of spot removal for monsters. Nothing can deal with it just yet. I'd personally wait till Arena of Lost Souls next month till I cry a river. There is hopefully something to deal with it. But I will give you a little tip I found out fighting a friend. Let Yugi, Joey, Pegasus, and Ishizu have 2 copies of their decks to Mai's and Kaiba's 1. It brings them on even footing. Mai and Kaiba overall have more useful cards than the others. By letting the lesser decks adjust to having more cards that do something, it raises their power level to that of Mai and Kaiba, causing things to get interesting. My personal experience with this very scenario is 2 Yugi versus 1 Mai results in very close games that Yugi can win. I presume the same is true for the rest, due to the magnitude of crap in their decks. Pegasus and Joey in particular are filled to the brim with garbage. DZ is 100% right, but I don't see it as a problem just yet. Let's see how things turn out with Arena of Lost Souls and potentially a limiting of Champions Villages like it is in Duel Links. Even just looking at what has been said to be an Arena of Lost Souls, Sphere Karibo alone should push up Relinquished a lot. While it would have to play smart and may have some issues with Lord of D, it should at least be much better than it is right now. Speed Duels I think should even out. Then we have Negative Legend and fuck me. I already didn't like the guy and went in with the attitude of let's give the goober a chance. He still annoyed me endlessly with his inaccurate analogies and flawed observations. The only thing he got right is Yu-Gi-Oh! The main game is incredibly daunting to enter now due to complexity and has been for quite some time. It's not a pick-up-and-play game. He's also far from the first person to say this. He also talks about North Americans liking complexity, making Speed Duels' simplicity a hard sell. Not sure I agree with that statement, but it's a topic better reserved for its own video. Then we get into the rather bizarre statements that surround these two. He questions why Speed Duels exists, as Duel Links theoretically should be the gateway into Yu-Gi-Oh! The simplified stepping stone to the more complex, real game. Speed Duels is, in his opinion, filling the same niche, but in real life, making it pointless. Last time I talked about Speed Duels, I said that Yu-Gi-Oh! Bears no resemblance to what it once was, the experience Speed Duels provides. Many people lament that old Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't exist anymore, and have little to no interest in the current complex Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duels is for those people. It's not a stepping stone into the main game. It's ultimately an admittal from Konami that yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a drastically different game, and Duel Links finally kicked it into their heads that there is still a market for the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Gameplay. I think he kinda gets this, as he does talk about how Speed Duels could replace Advanced Yu-Gi-Oh!, but he gets hung up on another point that makes absolutely no sense. I will state here though, I don't think Speed Duels will replace Advanced. They provide very different experiences. Speed Duels can't even exist without Advanced providing cards and a training grounds to see how good or bad those cards are in Speed Duels. Look how held back synchros are for a start. They are contained so that they exist, but don't have devastating consequences for the game's diversity. Then we get into the other point he harped about. He compared Speed Duels to dungeon dice monsters and capsule monsters, using them as reasons as to why Speed Duels will fail. What? This is a joke, right? Is this a troll? I feel like I'm being trolled. Because it sounds serious. If it's serious, he's a blithering idiot. I didn't even know Capsule Monsters was made into a real thing, and looking it up on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, it failed because I wasn't alone. No one knew it was a thing. It was quietly launched and just died pretty much on release. Dungeon Dice Monsters, on the other hand, wasn't fun, and due to being a trading figure game, not exactly affordable. Personal experience there. Both games were also nothing more than a footnote in the franchise, unlike Magic and Wizards, aka Duel Monsters, which the franchise came to completely revolve around after its introduction. He's comparing comparatively expensive figure games that were basically a pimple on the bum that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Made by Mattel, not Konami or Upper Deck, to an alternate TCG format meant to recapture the glory days and capitalize on both Duel Monsters nostalgia and Duel Links. Words escape me on how fundamentally flawed and stupid that is. Negative Legend also says no one cares about Speed Duels. Says who? Because right from day dot, Speed Duels generated rather extreme reactions. Either loved it or hated it based on their opinions of current Yu-Gi-Oh! And nostalgia for old Yu-Gi-Oh! This is purely anecdotal evidence, but at our more normal source where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is sold, it seems to be selling well enough, about the same rate Yu-Gi-Oh! Always sells. At the only store I know for a fact they ordered multiple boxes of starters, last I saw they were sold out of Yugi, Pegasus, Ishizu decks. There seems to be a decent amount of fanfare on YouTube too, provided the people in question are the market for it. In the comments of these videos, people seem to be very supportive of it. Funny how the intended demographic would like it. It's almost like marketing works or something. I don't think Speed Duels is a failure or will fail. It's very cheap to produce from Konami's stance, needing minimal R&D, being entirely reprints and skill cards adapted from Duel Links. It's even presented as a budget format. It fills a niche that Konami knew existed but couldn't quite market properly in normal Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime and older format nostalgia. Yeah, it's a beatdown format, but that's normal and will change in time. I'm pretty confident in Speed Duels. It's good at what it sets out to do and is pleasing people interested in what it set out to do. This has been Some Gamer Dude. Thanks for watching.